In this episode of Seek First Outdoors, we're going ahead and we're wrapping up the new season. So, Kentucky, Tennessee with my good buddy Cooper from Deadfall Hunt. If you've been watching the channel, you know Coop. We go back to Kentucky on another quota hunt, getting some really awesome opportunities and everything, and we're just putting a full wrap up around the 25-26 deer hunting season. So, you guys don't want to miss this episode. I encourage you to stay tuned because there's some more familiar faces that you don't want to miss.
We're gonna be eating that one.
Hey, guess what? Right. It's not dark either.
That's the best part. How do you feel?
Good. Now I can finally talk normally. What time is it?
What is up, folks? I am here with my good buddy Mike. You know Mike from the Hoyt Satori video, and we are actually on the first day of Kentucky's opening bow season. I am pretty flippin' stoked. We've sat at the shop all day, chomping at the bits to get out here, but it's raining right now, as you can kind of see. But we're just going to be sitting up in a big old box blind, a platform box blind, and we're just going to try to bust some does today. So let's see if we can get it done. Alright guys. Gas station. Go, 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 go. Alright. We are dressed and ready to rock. I gotta get the rest of my gear. And Mikey's over there finishing up, and then we're gonna head on up the hill and get in the blind. So I'll catch y'all in just a second. Coast is clear. Alright folks, we are completely set up here. So now, with a full introduction, we're here on Mike's farm, and as you guys can see out here, he's got a bunch of feed and everything right there, and right there, and we're hoping to try to double up tonight. So we're gonna hang in here, see if we can't get Mikey a kill on the ground and get it all on film, and then hopefully, if he can smack one and one sticks around, then I can stick one myself. So stay tuned. Let's see if we can get some deer on the ground. Well, we have officially been sitting in this blind for 51 minutes and there are still no deer. This guy, he's got corn cobs laying out here in the field, and ain't no deer out here gnawing. I tell you what, if I was a deer or a squirrel, I'd be up here having a blast. We was just talking about how these raindrops fall and hit this blind, and sounds like a snare drum going off up here. But well, we'll see if something rose up on top of these hills and gives us a shot.
it started barking and going wild, like something bumped it up over there. And they got real skittish and took back off over the hill. And we can actually feel the wind shifting. Earlier the wind was blowing that way, was just sucking right off the top of that point. And they come in right here. And now the wind's pulling back towards us. The thermals are pulling back towards us and dumping off the back of the ridge right here. So they busted out of here real fast when that stupid squirrel started going nuts. They was really skittish acting anyway. Don't have really any like consistent wind. It's super light and variable, but still cool to be able to see deer. So hopefully we get a couple more does in here. That little bug, we don't want him back in here right now. So hopefully they get out of here and we can stick something. Switching, and it is definitely blowing directly towards the feed side. And it being the first day, we're not just going to keep sitting here educating the heck out of these deer, so we're going to go ahead and call this.
So we ended up not getting anything, but this clip here is a clip from Mike's hunt from Kentucky Outdoorsman TV. He ended up killing his target buck this year. So if you would like to watch that full hunt, be sure to jump on over to Kentucky Outdoorsman TV. I'll put the link down in the description below. Be sure to go over there, subscribe, like that video. And now let's go on a quota hunt here in Kentucky. Good morning, folks. We are headed out of town this morning, going on our Kentucky quota hunt. It is a bow only hunt, so I'm excited about it. I've got about a 3-hour drive, and we're gonna get on the road, get ready to go do some scouting today, and just check out some areas and see if we can't get on a big old buck this weekend. So I'm excited. Y'all hang along for the journey. There's Dennis. What are you doing?
I am walking across this big old parking lot, enjoying this cooler weather, and I'm ready to deer hunt.
Amen. Amen to that, brother. You guys heard that. We're ready to deer hunt. Dennis, how's it going?
Doing great, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
Good.
Excited to get out here and mess around today.
I hear
this
you.
weather is phenomenal.
I know it.
It's the best. So let's hit the road and go find some deer.
Yeah. No ground to cloud.
Well, we have found an impassable spot, and me and my eccentric nature, I'm so enamored to want to go across that. And Dennis said no.
No.
I told him, I said, welcome to Seek First Adventures. So that's on the radar though for
This
right
ain't
now
no
while we're
dream.
driving around.
This ain't no drown the clown day.
So luckily I got my waders in the back. I brought them just in case. And but that spot right there is on the map just because I know that I'm crazy enough to tread across it in my waders and everything, and maybe no one else is crazy enough to do it, and I could possibly get into some deer back there and be completely by myself.
Yep.
So
Good.
I'm going to set it on a pin on Onyx, and we'll get back in a second. That guy busted him a bird. Alrighty folks, so we are back to the hotel. Dennis is headed out. He's let me borrow his deer cart and everything, so I went ahead and put it up on top of the truck and strapped it down. We drove past a couple of the spots that I tend to like to go hunt when I'm up in this area and everything. Hopefully though, it's going to be good this evening because the rain's finally stopped. The wind is pretty consistent, and the wind or the weather is cold, so it's nice. It's primed up for a good hunt this evening. I think we can get it done. We're gonna go hunt some river bottoms, some ridges that will just drop down into the river bottoms, and just kind of go from there and see what we get into. So I'm gonna get in here into the hotel room, get dressed and everything, and then try to get out in the woods. So see you then. See you in the woods. Alright. We're headed into the woods. So hopefully we can get back here and get on some deer. I don't know how far I'm gonna go yet, but I'm pretty much going to not stop until I find good sign. So the wind's coming off the top of the mountain up in there, and we're just going to kind of walk this trail all the way up the ridge and just kind of scout as we go. So let's find a big buck. I made it to the top of the ridge, so now it just flattens off from here and works the ridge system all the way around. I just found a good trail right there where they're coming all around that bench. It's a big point, a big bottom, and another big finger ridge, and they're wrapping right around through there and coming off the bank right down through there. There's a couple good tracks there, but I'll walk up here a little ways and just scan as I'm going, seeing if I see any like good rubs or just good buck sign coming across this path. So no scrapes yet. Well, walking back here, I just ran into another hunter. He's right up here. So I might see if I can catch up with him and talk to him for a second. We'll see. Well, we just talked to that other hunter. His name's Jared. He's not from here either. He just moved here. And he's doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to get away from pressure. So he's pushing left, and I'm going to push right. So I just wanted to check with him to make sure where he was going, because he was up here first, because I didn't want to mess his hunt up and everything. But hopefully Jared smokes a big one, and hopefully I do too. But remember, when you're out in the woods and you come across other hunters, be courteous and talk to one another. That way you both can have an equal opportunity to have a high percentage hunt. Don't be a jerk. Be a friend. Where's your dad at, brother? Over there? He's over there. What's up, girls? How's it rocking? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Alright, y'all have a good night. Well, that buck was definitely tending a doe right here off the side of the road. So that's good news. That makes the second buck I've seen on my way out here this morning tending a doe, which is pretty awesome. So hopefully they're on my Donkey Kong. That'd be pretty sick. But I'll see you on a minute. Hey dude, just looking for the big bucks. You're not in any danger, brother. Alright, we've made it to the new spot. And I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the target a couple times here. Get myself warmed up, make sure my pins are on and everything. I'm sure that they are, but it's always nice to just double check. So I'm gonna run the target out about 40 yards and shoot a couple arrows and we'll be ready. One of these is a fire shot. That wind was absolutely ripping there a second ago and completely pulled the bow when I went to shoot. That's the one when I was shooting in the wind completely threw my bow right. Luckily I still hit it though, but all those are kill shots, so comfortable. Let's go get in the tree. Comes up this stream, right where all the sign was growing. There's a bunch of big trees right here, a bunch of red oaks and white oaks that are still green. I was literally about to choose to set up. And then he come rolling out that ball. So I believe when he gets out here, I'm gonna slide up one of these trees. The evening ended up being pretty slow. Never seen another deer. Nothing else ever showed up. Got out and back to the truck. Went around and road scouted a little bit and found a couple really nice bucks while road scouting. Began to pull up the map, kind of get some pins on some areas and just trying to game plan for the next morning. So it ended up being really slow. So I basically just scouted all day to find some good sign, try to get in the deer. And luckily I found a really great spot after road scouting and everything that was close to the bucks that I'd found in. Well, here we go.
I don't know how well you can see me, but I say it's probably not too good. It's 6:47 right at first light. And I just got completely set up about 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. And I had a little basket rack buck bush doo-do right here under my tree that came out of this thicket back here behind me. My wind's absolutely perfect. It's coming up out of this draw right now. That scrapes over here to my right, the rubs over here to my right, and the bed, and the big fig tree. So, hopefully, we get some action this morning. I talked to a guy up in the parking lot. His name's Corbin. He's from Georgia. He's a really cool guy. He stopped in there about 5 minutes after I parked and got started to get ready. He just talked to me and asked me where I was going, and we both were going to the same spot. So he's down on the other end now. So respects to Corbin for being really generous and being really cool. And not trying to blow up the spot and just being respectful. So that's awesome. So far, 3 deer. And we're just now in the tree. So let's hang out and see what happens. I've got 2 doe coming right up this point right here. It's a mature doe and her yearling. It's the same ones I seen yesterday that came running through there. They're the same ones that came through this morning. So, they're just feeding around down here on this point. There's a bunch of red oaks and wild oaks down here. They're still dropping. And they're eating on. Hopefully, we get a crack at one of them and a buck. We'll see. They're about 50 yards away right now. Maybe 60. We'll see though. Well, as you guys just seen, that was definitely a shooter buck, but he only had one side of his rack, which sucks. Because he was standing broadside at 40 yards, 39 yards really. And I could have smoked his on in. But he was half racked. That's deer number 6 for the morning. Well, the guy that I talked to at the truck this morning that pulled up and talked to me, Corbin, he's about 350 yards to my right over here on the same bench that I'm on. And he just sent me a video of this buck. I'm gonna show you right here. And he said that this buck just met with those two doves that walked back over here and went into this bedding. And he said that that buck seen those two doves and came up in here and is in this bedding area right now. So he may make his way over here. If he does, he does. That'd be pretty awesome. So there's another mature deer here on this bench system. Today is Corbin's first full day here. He was here yesterday evening. But he's going to be hunting here all week. So he let him pass. Let him go by. But today's our last day. And it's going to be hard to pass anything that's legal. So let's hang up right here and see if this buck shows up. All the footage on my big camera from this hunt got corrupted somehow, but moments after cutting the camera, I ended up shooting this doe right here. I filmed the shot on my phone, sent it to Corbin, let him know I had just shot a doe and everything. And because he had told me earlier in the day that if I had shot anything to let him know and he would come help. So we began to meet up. That deer's dead. That arrow was painted blood red. Alright, well, the arrow's blood red, so she's gotta be up there somewhere. Well, I've been following blood through here. And she didn't really bleed a lot. But I heard her crash, and when I topped this hill into this next little ditch, she's right over there. That's kind of odd. She didn't bleed a lot. But you can see just a little amount, not a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and get my stuff up. I'm gonna take it back to the truck. Then I'll come back down here and get her. All right, guys, this is Corbin, and we talked about him earlier. We met up at the parking lot and kind of devised a plan. Corbin has been on some dandies this morning, and I've been over here in Dink City and Half Rack City. So, but anyhow, we're going to walk right over the hill here and grab this little doe and probably just pack her on my back, to be honest, and tote her out of here. So we appreciate Corbin for coming and helping us. Let's get to it. So me and Corbin get this doe back to the truck, hang out for a little bit. We both run and grab some lunch and everything. And while I go and take care of this deer and process it and everything, Corbin goes ahead and gets back out in the woods and he gets the job done. Check it out. Corbin ends up shooting an absolute public land slammer, double beam, just one nice of a public land buck. So congratulations to Corbin. Way to go, dude. You deserved it. You hunted hard and you got it done. Well, we just got completely set up. And just a couple minutes into being set up, that buck just walked right through here. I couldn't get no footage of him unless he came walking right up through this bottom right here. But there's a scrape right there. And I put some dopey and stuff in it. And he came right up here, worked that leaking branch in that scrape. But he went down that way and around. So far, so good. That's pretty awesome. I almost shot him, but there's a size regulation here. This spread has to be 15 inches outside, or at least 4 on one side. And that buck was 1 point too short, because had he had another point on that other side, I'd have shot him. First time in Tennessee public, mountain country. And we just had a strong opportunity. Let's see what else we can get done. So the morning ended up being really slow. All I seen was that one buck who ended up actually being a pretty decent deer, but once again, he didn't have an extra point on that right side of his antlers to be able to be a legal shooting deer. So I ended up getting down, scouting around, finding some really good sign, and then started to head back to the truck and meet up with the guys. All right, we've made it full circle back to where we started this morning. How beautiful those mountains are. Gosh, this is beautiful country. It's definitely elk country. As I was walking back through there, I found a ton of elk sign. Some hoof prints and everything like that. But anywho, we're making our way back up the mountain to meet with the guys. So Cooper ended up having to head to the house, and me and Loveday just kind of hung out the rest of the day and hunted a little bit to just see what we could find, and well, it ended up being pretty slow. Hey, it's not legal. Hey, straight up, though. We stuck on this. We're straight downwind. Yeah, I know. Alright, as you seen, that buck wasn't legal, but from the distance, it looked like it was outside its ears. But but it just didn't have enough points. So, on to the next one. What's up, guys? So we're back up here on the mountain. And, Cooper's over here to my right. And, we've had an eventful morning already. As we were coming up the mountain. In my truck. I guess I hit like a giant, pothole. I don't know what I did. But somehow, one of my radiator hose couplings broke and started blowing antifreeze everywhere. So that happened at like an hour and a half before daylight. So we decided to just jump on Cooper's four-wheeler right up here to the spot, hanging up for a little bit, and then we'll tear down and run out to grab the coupling from the auto parts store. Hopefully they have it. And then knock that out, and then get back in the woods. But it would be nice to shoot something before then. So it's been eventful already. Let's see what happens.
We make it back to the truck and we head on out to the auto parts store, get the part, come back, fix the truck and everything. And I can't thank my boy Cooper enough for being such a helping hand in that moment. Thanks, Coop. We end up hunting really hard for multiple days in a row, and even, every other weekend and everything. And Tennessee was really awesome. It was a really great learning opportunity. We had a couple close encounters and some really awesome deer that we got close to but couldn't get it to come together. And but once again, it's always a great time running around those mountains with Tyler and with Cooper. So as always, though, you guys head on over to Tyler Loveday YouTube and Cooper Bagwell with Deadfall Hunt and subscribe to both of their channels. All right, we are headed over to the property real quick. Just got home a little bit ago, got some food in my belly, and we are headed out to go see if we can't get Callie's buck. So I just got a camera notification while we were just sitting there eating and everything. I have had a little buck on the bait site for the last 30 minutes. And I've been waiting for him to get out of there, that way we can leave. And then while waiting on him, he just left, and within minutes of him leaving, the big 7 showed up on the camera, or on the camera that's on the scrape about 300 yards down the drainage, and we're in a northwest wind, so he's going to come that same direction. He should come to that spot. I hope he does. But we are more or less busting rump to get over here quick. That way we can get in the blind and hopefully she can get a shot at him. So stay tuned.
Alright, we've been sitting here for about 10 minutes. And I did a little bit of a grunt and estrus bleat sequence to just kind of get something out there, because I know he's somewhere near. Hopefully he responds. I don't know if he will or not, but just hope that he does. But are you ready? You think you can get it done? She said she's tired. She stayed up late. She's gonna go stay out with her cousin here in a little while. She's probably not gonna be so tired when she gets with her cousin. My little girl's getting big on me. She ain't no little girl no more. She's a big girl. At least she thinks she is. You think you can get it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She thinks she can get it done. Yes, sir. This kid. A squirrel. She said whatever comes first, even a squirrel. So the squirrels better watch out. Of course, it's gun season. So we got an orange on, but of course we're on private property. It says a bow only zone. And but we got the crossbow out because the kids love their crossbow. And so they're more comfortable with it. But hopefully we get some action here in a minute and we get a big old buck on the ground. So y'all stay tuned.
Well, me and Sissy just sit in the blind and hang out and enjoy each other's company and everything, and laugh and cut up like we normally do, and just try to have a fun time whenever we're with the kids in the blind hunting and everything. Don't try to take it too serious, just try to have fun with them and everything. But knowing the big #1 target buck on the property was in the area, we just sit hoping that he would show up, and well, Sissy starts to take a nap, and shortly after that, we hear thrashing coming through the woods, like something's just tearing down trees, and this big 7 comes running through, chasing a doe right in front of us at 20 yards on the other side of a laid down tree. Before picking up the camera, I grabbed my grunt call and grunted super loud to get them to stop. And they stopped on a dime about 70 yards to the left of us on the other side of the blind and just kept looking in our direction. So I was trying my best to get them to turn and come back. They would not move or cut any distance. This whole situation lasted for like 20 minutes long, and light was fading fast. I didn't really know what to do other than to just try to entice either the buck or the doe to come as near as possible. So I let out a snort wheeze to see how they would respond.
Don't touch that, Kelly. Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it.
Now, to remind you, I have not seen this deer all season on the hoof. I have gotten tons of pictures of him, but not any personal encounters this season. He blew up from last year to this year. The last time we had encounters on him was last November with my wife hunting in the blind, and she had an encounter to shoot him, but we ended up letting him pass because he had great potential. And this year he just stayed a 7-pointer, but he just got wider and taller. Light has faded quickly, but this doe turns and finally starts making her way back to us. Unfortunately, as they start making their way back to us, they don't work in front of the blind. They stay to the left side of the blind, and we can't shoot out of the left side because it's not set up to be shot out of that side. So we have to sit there for 45 minutes to an hour just to get out of there.
We've been pinned up in this blind for like 45 minutes to an hour. And that big buck and that doe worked all the way behind us and stood here for 45 minutes. And we can't do nothing about it. So we're waiting on them to get out of here. They're basically getting out of here now. So So we'll see you then.
All right, folks, we are headed out into the woods. We got Calissa, as always, you know Calissa, Harper, and the Tater. We got the Tate with us tonight. So today we're taking Harper out for her first deer, and we're gonna try to get it done. So y'all stay tuned.
So we sit there and we hunt hard the first day. We all hang out, make memories, laugh, cut up, and we hunt hard for the first few days, really hard, and have a couple really good encounters. We encounter this dog. We have a really close encounter on a little spot, but he never comes into range. We regroup, head back out, and on the fourth day,
All right, guys, we are back out here. Set number 4. Miss Harper is getting sick and tired of me bringing her out here, not seeing any deer.
Me too. I'm getting sick and tired.
No, we're having a blast. But in all reality, on our way here, the little buck was here on the corn and everything. So he had just went over the hill right when we was coming up the hill. So he's down in here somewhere right now. I'm probably going to hit out a couple of like fawn bleats, somewhere to there, extra bleats, and see if we can entice him to get back over here. But so far, we're still having a blast, and hopefully Harper puts one down on the ground and we can get it done.
It's down. It's down. You smoked it.
Sissy. She smoked it.
Awesome.
You absolutely hammered that thing, dude.
How awesome was that? You sat there and watched them for how long?
Dude, that was sick, bro.
That was great.
Hey, you did so good. You did so good, man.
We're gonna be eating that one.
And guess what? It's not dark either.
That's the best part.
That's the very best part.
Wait, what time is it?
How do you feel?
Good. Now I can finally talk normally. What time is it? What time is
I
it?
think it's just now going on 5.
Time for us to start tracking the big
5:03.
It's not even prime time.
That's right. Good job, Harper.
I'm so proud of you.
All right, guys. All right, we're all a little jacked up over here. So let's go let
I
Harper.
think Callie's gonna be mad.
No, she'll be happy for you. Let's go get Harper's deer. All right, go ahead and unzip it.
Okay.
So give us your response. Like, how does it make you feel?
I mean, I'm amazed.
Amazed? Thankful?
That's what I'm gonna say for my thanks tomorrow.
Well, good. Do you think you're going to be a deer hunter from now on?
Probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dad?
I think it's pretty cool.
All I'm going to say is your daughter smoked that
She,
thing.
honestly, I have never put a shot on that like a deer. Or a shot like that on a deer ever.
She absolutely hammered it.
So,
It
Absolutely.
only took me 4 days too.
Only 4 days. That's it.
that's
Only
pretty
4
crazy.
days. All right, man. Well, guys, this was really exciting.
Yep,
We got Harper her first deer,
yep. And I
And,
really appreciate Jeremy for
of course.
bringing us out here and making it happen, because I couldn't have probably made it happen. So, that's why I came to him.
You guys know here with Seek First, we love family, we love faith, we love the outdoors. So anytime we can merge the three, there's no better way to do it. And as always, guys, remember that go and subscribe to my buddy Tate's channel. We are still on the road to 1 million, and we're going to get there in Jesus' name. So
That's right.
please go subscribe to Tate. Tell Harper she's done a great job. Comment down below. Let her know how awesome she's done, how patient she's been has been great. And she's kept good spirits the entire time, which has been
yeah.
great. She's been goofing off and cutting off in the blind and everything. So she's kept good spirits. So
Yeah.
we're really proud of Harper, and we're really happy to be able to add this hunt to the Seek First memories. So
Oh, yeah.
Harper, high five, sister.
And that's a wrap for the 2025-26 deer season. And thank you to all who have stuck around this long. And until next time, we'll see you then on another episode of Seek First Outdoors.